So that was actually part of the reason that I wrote the first book. The attrition rate at the time for women in technology was 67%.
Wow.
Not that left their job, that left an entire industry. And to me, I thought that was criminal because here you are with a very applicable skill set and understanding that could translate into a whole bunch of other jobs. There's like 300 in the book, right?
Right.
And so I personally think that we have to have a component of male and female because we think about things in a different way. We're built differently. We're wired differently. Say whatever you want. 100% if you're married, you know that's true. From where I started 40 some odd years ago in this industry to where we are today, the one thing that has moved the needle 100% more than anything else is grassroots. It's women reaching out to other women. I run networking calls. There's other women that do that. There's organizations that have WIMCO chapters or chapters just for women. And then you start building the ecosystem. And the problem we have, and you could say from an operator perspective, or even take some of your vendors, right? Your vendor comes in and calls on you and they're selling widget A. You want to ask them about widget A? That's your person.
Right.
Ask them about widget B. Deer in the headlights. And so one of the things that I started doing early on was teaching data centers. And I've taught, I can't tell you how many hours of data center training over my career, even though I was an SE, it wasn't really part of my job, but it just, to me, going on sales calls and stuff with salespeople, and then when the conversation gets to something else, they kind of get that deer in the headlights. How criminal. Right. How do you set anybody else up for success that way? So, a lot of it is understanding, a lot of it is exposure, a lot of it's just taking the time to do that. And I think just culturally and differently, guys talk to guys different than they talk to girls. And it's same thing with us. We talk to ourselves different than, we talk to our male counterparts. And I also think there's some things that really hurt us. I think the Me Too movement hurt us because there's a lot of men that don't want to work with women now. There's, things with women being able to be on board seats and recognizing women in higher up positions. We don't have enough women in top positions. But the biggest problem is how we recruit. 85% of our jobs are filled with networking. 15% of jobs get filled through applicant tracking systems. So how are we getting to those people? If you're a bunch of guys hanging out with a bunch of guys shooting golf, you probably don't have women in your circle. And so when you're recommending people for these jobs and you're bringing people into your organization, they might not be, women. So I think we all kind of have this duty to fall out of our comfort zone a bit. Not that it's, and be a little intentional about falling out of our comfort zone.